Hey guys, so probably the most frequently asked question that I get right after people ask me what it is that I actually do for a living that allows me to work from my laptop while I travel the world is, what is digital marketing? So Neil Patel defines digital marketing as any form of marketing products or services that involves electronic devices. So now, seeing as electronic devices have actually been around for many years and decades now, this concept isn't actually all that new, but people often associate it with the internet boom in the early to mid 2000s, which is when internet became really accessible to everyone, and thus the concept of digital marketing became a lot more popular. And that's also why people often associate it with Google, but Google is actually only a portion of what digital marketing is all about. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the three main problems that I think arise with traditional marketing techniques that digital marketing solves, and then we'll talk about the 6 sides of what I like to think of as like a digital marketing Rubik's Cube, and how you can actually master each of these 6 elements in order to grow your business through the power of digital marketing. Now, I'll be throwing out a lot of different resources and names of people who can help you if you are looking to actually expand your knowledge of digital marketing past this video. And instead of scrambling around and trying to write it all down during this video, I have created an awesome resource for you with all of these different resources and names of people and different blogs all in there. So if you want to click below or head over to livingtorome.com/digital-marketing-freebie, and you can access it all there, so you can just pay attention during this video, take it all in, and if you want to go and expand your skills afterwards, you can feel free to download that freebie. All right now, and if you're ready to go, let's do it. So is traditional marketing really dead? It's not, but it's kind of on the way in a sense, because there are some issues with it that digital marketing has actually kind of solved for us. So the first of these is that traditional marketing techniques have an extremely limited lifespan. So think about putting something out in a newspaper or having somebody actually write an article about you in a Cosmo magazine. It's so awesome, but the problem is if somebody wants to actually look you up a year down the line, for them to find the exact issue and the exact page and the exact ad that your product or service was featured is an absolute hassle. Versus digital marketing, if your content is out there online, everyone can just type it into Google or another search engine and find you so easily. The other issue with it is that it's actually quite difficult to target the right consumers with a lot of traditional marketing techniques. So think about it in terms of billboards. So you'd spend millions and millions on a huge billboard, and it was kind of that mass appeal, as in you're able to reach all of these people and get your brand out there. And it's definitely a lot more about brand awareness than it is anything else. But the problem is that you're paying to essentially put that message out there in front of people who may never ever purchase your product. Versus online, where you're able to get so specific with where your message is going out and who it can help. So it only goes out in front of the people who are really interested and very well kind of pre-qualified, because they're the people who are actually going to be most likely to purchase your products or services. And finally, I think the third biggest issue is that there's really not a great way to know what's actually working. So if a company like Coca-Cola has a billboard out and has TV ads and has magazine articles and also advertisements in magazines and newspapers and all of these different things, maybe they have, you know, people passing out flyers and all of those different things, and then sales go up, they have actually no way to determine where that's coming from. It might have been one really effective strategy, and unless they actually survey every single person that purchases a Coke product to say, where did you hear about us, or why are you purchasing this product now, then they have no way of knowing what's actually working and what isn't. Versus with digital marketing, it's really easy to see because it's all transparent online, and you can exactly see what's converting and what isn't, and you're able to put your money into the stuff that is working and turn off or eliminate the stuff that's really not working for you to grow your business. So what is digital marketing all about? Well, as we said before, it has to do with anything to do with marketing or promoting products or services through electronic devices. But it's not that simple. I think a lot of people have this image of digital marketing being really primarily paid advertising. So they link it to things like Google ads and Facebook ads and Twitter ads and all the other kind of ads, but it actually has a lot to do with basically anything that a brand says or does or presents online. So I like to think of digital marketing as a Rubik's Cube because I'm really visual and almost like a tactile kind of thing, where all of these 6 sides or these 6 elements of digital marketing have to align just right in order to make that cube work. So in order to execute the perfect digital marketing strategy for businesses, these are the 6 elements of our digital marketing Rubik's Cube. So we have search engine optimization, search engine marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, affiliate marketing, and email marketing. So starting with SEO, or search engine optimization. So in essence, SEO is the process of optimizing your website to rank higher in search engine results pages, therefore increasing the amount of organic or free traffic that your website receives. So you'll see that blog posts will have a specific keyword which their content is kind of written around, and that keyword is going to be both in the title of that post and also throughout the content as well. So the reason for that is so that that person who's writing that post can essentially tell Google and other search engines that this is the topic of that post. Please show it to people who are searching for that particular topic. So how can you actually be better at SEO on your own website? Well, I would start by picking really targeted keywords for your posts that are really related to the overall theme of your actual website. So that way you can rank higher for those search terms that are really relevant to your products or services. Think about if your keyword was exchange. That was just a one-word keyword. Well, chances are that if you do pop up in Google search results, you might pop up for people looking for currency exchange or financial advice, and maybe your product is actually a student exchange program, but it would pop up for the wrong people. So that is the reason that you want to use not just targeted keywords, but long tail keywords, which are 3 words or more. So they're called long tail keywords because they're really elaborate and very specific. So maybe the search volume is not as high as it would be just for a 1-word keyword like exchange, but it's really targeted, so you're not competing with as many people and you have a higher chance of ranking much higher. So instead of using a word like exchange, you could use something like Italian student exchange program. That's a very targeted keyword, so when people are putting that into Google, you are much more likely to pop up right at the top instead of on page 3 or 4 of Google search results. I absolutely love the Keywords Everywhere tool. It's a free Google Chrome extension that allows you to see how many people are searching for a particular keyword, and it also gives you similar keyword alternatives. It also works on YouTube, which is really handy when you're trying to pick topics to talk about in your YouTube videos that you want to see where people are actually searching for those topics and are they really popular before you press record on that video. Now, Yoast is a free plugin for WordPress, and it's an absolute lifesaver that will tell you how good your SEO score is on each post. Finally, I also love the CoSchedule Headline Analyzer, which is a free tool for helping me to create better titles for my blog posts that are both clickable and search engine optimized. Now, moving on to the next element of our digital marketing Rubik's Cube. So while SEO refers to the free or organic ways of ranking higher in search engine results through awesome content and targeted keywords and all of the website optimization techniques that go into it, SEM, or search engine marketing, refers to getting those results through paid advertising. For example, as you can see here, when I type digital marketing into Google, the top results are ones that companies have paid to display to me. The last of these red arrows points to an Indonesian website, which has obviously just targeted me based off of my current location, which is Bali, Indonesia. Now, there are incredibly complex strategies behind these placements, so you might see something completely different when you do your own search with the exact same keyword. Finally, when you see that lime green arrow, it points to the first organic search result, which is a Wikipedia page about digital marketing. And that is displaying through the power of SEO because there's no money behind displaying that to me. It's just a really well optimized blog post on a high authority website like Wikipedia. You'll also hear the term pay-per-click advertising, or PPC, being used in relation to SEM. And using the Keywords Everywhere tool that we were talking about before, you can see the estimated cost per click, or the CPC, for each of the following keywords related to digital marketing. So that means if someone was to search for a digital marketing course, you could pay to be featured as one of those top results on Google for this term, and you'd be paying around $5.71 per click that ad gets. So how can you actually be better at digital marketing through the power of SEM? Well, this is a really simplified version of how this all works, so don't want you diving into the unknown world of Google AdWords if you don't have that much familiarity with it just on the basis of a video or a few blog posts. I really encourage you to upskill yourself in that area because it is quite complex. You can definitely check out the link that I've provided you with in the description below on some further resources, or you can go check out this video by Neil Patel that is going to kind of give you a more of an introduction into the world of Google AdWords and search engine marketing. So now let's get on to content marketing. So content marketing is a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience, and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. So in essence, this is really good news for people like myself who are almost allergic to traditional sales techniques that are all about sell, and that has pretty much been replaced with give. So a lot of brands, most brands now that are using really powerful content marketing strategies are just all about increasing brand awareness through powerful, free, valuable content. So how can you actually improve your digital marketing through content marketing? Well, I would really recommend that you check out everything that Gary Vee does, because he has essentially built his entire empire on the power of content marketing. He gives his audience valuable, free content on a daily basis that is formatted around questions that they ask him. So they're literally the questions that they have for him, and then he records videos and creates content directly to those questions. And that is so amazing. And at the time of recording, he has 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube, and he's all over social media, and his entire strategy is just based around asking what his audience needs and wants, and then he creates his content completely around that. So that's my advice, because Gary Vee is honestly one of the best people to learn from when it comes to content marketing. And now let's move on to social media marketing. As the name suggests, it involves anything that happens on social media platforms. So that would be the likes of Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and Pinterest as well, even though Pinterest is technically more of a visual search engine than it is a social media network, but it still falls under that category, as well as LinkedIn and ones that maybe people don't think about in terms of social media like Google Plus and Tumblr, but they all kind of fall under this category, along with apps like Snapchat. So it's important to note that this involves both organic or free and also paid marketing efforts on social media. So anything that a brand says, does, posts, interacts on social media counts under this umbrella. So from the hashtags that you use in a post to the filter that is used for the actual graphic and the comments that you reply to your followers on Instagram, all of that is a part of your social media marketing strategy. So when I first started working online, I actually started as a social media manager, so I do have some awesome resources to share with you when it comes to this stuff. So make sure to click the link below in the description if you're wanting to maybe upskill yourself in the field of social media marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is our next element, and I think it gets a bit of a bad rap. Like, people just think that it's these people knocking on your door, like the Avon ladies or the Tupperware parties or pyramid schemes. All of that sort of stuff is what people usually think of when they think of affiliate marketing, yet it's actually none of those things, and it's a really lucrative way for you to grow your business when you don't have a massive marketing or advertising budget at the very beginning. So what is it? Well, affiliate marketing is the process of earning a commission by promoting other people's or companies' products. But of course, there's a good way and a bad way to do affiliate marketing. The right way to do affiliate marketing comes down to only really promoting the products and services that you really believe in and that you use yourself. So you can definitely tell when people are promoting stuff just because they're getting a cut of the profits, but they don't really believe in it, or it really just doesn't align with their niche whatsoever. So think about it in terms of if you are a health and wellness brand and you're very environmentally conscious and you're all about sustainability and all of that good stuff, and you have two brands approach you and one is willing to pay you a lot more money or a lot more of a commission for the products that you sell, and maybe they even have a higher price product, you're still better off to use and choose the one that's paying you less but aligns really well with your brand, because chances are your followers are more likely to buy that product because it's already aligned with what you are naturally selling to them or talking to them about. From the business end, affiliate marketing can be a really great way to get your products and services out there without really spending any money on marketing or advertising, because you don't pay your affiliates unless they actually get people to buy your product or service, and then you just pay them a commission. So it can be really great to leverage people who have a huge following but don't maybe have products or services of their own to sell, so they're always looking for affiliate partnerships because that's how they make their money. So how can you actually get started with affiliate marketing and use it to grow your business? Well, if you want to become an affiliate, Michelle from Making Sense of Sense is the goddess of affiliate income. She regularly publishes her income reports, often earning $50,000 or more per month just through affiliate income alone. So make sure to check out her blog. Now, if you're looking to use affiliates, check out this video by Neil Patel that is going to kind of talk you through how that all works and how you can leverage that in your own business. Now, moving on to email marketing, it tends to have some really dull definitions out there on the internet, but I actually found one from Optimonster that I really like. So that one is: email marketing is the highly effective digital marketing strategy of sending emails to prospects and customers. Effective email marketing converts prospects into customers and turns one-time buyers into loyal raving fans. Now, email marketing is the last section or the last element of our digital marketing Rubik's Cube, and it's perhaps the most important one. Now, that's arguable, but I really think that it comes down to the fact that you don't actually own your followers or your fans on other platforms. So you don't own Facebook, you don't own Instagram, and your accounts can get shut down overnight, and it has happened to people with hundreds of thousands of followers. Overnight, they lose their entire income stream. Whereas you own your email list, and it's actually got probably the highest return on investment. It does have the highest return on investment of any other marketing strategy. So there are people who are running their business with literally a one-page website and an email list alone. They have no social media presence, but that's enough for them. So how can people actually do this? Well, email has an average return of $38 for each $1 spent, meaning that if you spend $1 to get somebody onto your email list, you have a potential 3,800% return on your investment. And that is so much higher than every other marketing strategy, so it's definitely worth getting it right. Now, so much of your email marketing success will actually come down to your writing skills more than anything else, because it's all about writing emails that people cannot wait to open every single time you send it to them. So Copyblogger is an incredibly powerful resource, and if you're looking to improve your skills, it's definitely my go-to. Their tagline literally reads, "Words that work for digital marketing and sales." So that alone should tell you that these guys definitely know their stuff. So now we've covered the 6 different sides of our digital marketing Rubik's Cube. Now there are a lot of different elements that go into all of those major 6 sections, but it's a really good introduction to it. And lastly, I wanted to cover something that I see a lot of different debates around, which is the concept of quality over quantity. So the American Marketing Association estimates that we see about 10,000 brand messages per day, which is absolutely insane. And of course, we're not consciously aware of every single one of those messages, but it is something that we're absorbing through our environment. And what that means is that your customers have to be exposed to you so many more times before making a purchasing decision than they ever were before. So before, it used to be about 5 to 7 times that somebody could see your brand or product before making a purchasing decision. Now it's as high as 20. So that means that you have to target them through email and through social media and on your website and through free content and paid content and all of these different places. And it gets a little bit hectic, and a lot of people have gone down the route of just producing a high volume of content in order to try and get their message out in front of people as many times as possible. But this actually isn't really the right way to go. Ideally, you'd be producing a lot of content, but it would be really high quality content. But I think if you can choose, you're much better off to post 2-3 times a week with really high quality content than every single day, 3 times a day with content that your subscribers or your followers really don't engage with and it doesn't resonate with them. So if you're a little bit time poor in your business and you're thinking, okay, cool, well, I read an article that says I have to post 4 times a week or 10 times a week on Facebook, so I have to get it out there. But actually your organic reach is getting lower and lower anyway. So you might as well just post really good high quality content that people are more likely to share out there. And that way you're not driving yourself insane with trying to just be a production machine. So some people like Gary Vee, for example, have an entire team of people who just follow him around with a camera and produce his daily videos. You probably don't have that at the start of your business, so it's much more efficient for you to focus on high quality content in lower amounts rather than just mass appeal. Brian Dean is kind of the godfather of this strategy and the godfather of SEO, and at the moment, at the time of recording, he has 130,000 YouTube subscribers with only 21 videos, and it's the same for his blog. So he only has a few blog posts, but he has incredible traffic to his website because they're extremely valuable, lengthy blog posts that pop up at the top of the search results when people search for those specific keywords. So I definitely encourage you to take that same strategy and create content with your customers in mind, not with yourself in mind, because I think that's a trap that people fall into where they start writing content that they like but not with their own customers in mind. So what question does your audience want answered? What problems do they have? Who else do they follow online? What are their hobbies? Do they have kids? Are they single? What is their age range? All of those things will really impact how you approach digital marketing and where you choose to focus your efforts on. So although these 6 elements are really important, you may choose to not focus on all of them in your business. And in fact, I would probably encourage you not to when you're first just starting out. So if you have a massive business and you have all these employees who are able to do a lot of things for you, that's fair enough. But if you're just starting out and you're just thinking, I want to focus on something that's going to have the most impact, then it's really a very important thing for you to figure out who your ideal audience is, where they're present online, and how do they like to be talked to. So if you're advertising to primarily men 30 plus in America especially, then you might focus your efforts onto LinkedIn and not Instagram at all. Whereas if your brand is very youth focused and maybe you're an e-commerce brand for teens, then you're probably going to be all over Instagram and not on LinkedIn because that is not where they're hanging out. So it's really important for you to get super clear on who your ideal audience is, what do they want from you, how can you best service them, and how can you best create content specifically that solves their problems in order for them to then become, customers and also advocates for your business. Alright guys, that's everything from me for today. I hope you really enjoyed it and I hope you've got a lot out of it, and I hope you started thinking about different ways that you can start putting together your own digital marketing strategy to grow your business, kind of centered around the pain points and the questions that your ideal customers might have. And if you liked the video, I hope you'll give it a like, a share, and let me know what you thought in the comments. As I said before, make sure to check the link in the description or head over to livingtorome.com/digital-marketing-freebie in order to access the resources we talked about inside this video, and also some additional ones that will help you in trying to understand digital marketing and make it really effective for growing your business. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, and until next time, keep creating the life you love.